Hi everyone, it's me, Jordan Long here, and today I'm going to talk about, you know, why I choose not to be a YouTube mate. I know I made this film many times before, but oh well, it's my YouTube fairway, and I can talk about what I want to talk about as long as I'm following the YouTube Webstead oversight and the YouTube followership oversight and ownership law, which, be earnest, am I ever gonna break that? No. So when you're a YouTube mate, you have a lot of other oversights that you made a deal to follow when you chose to be a YouTube mate. First, there was YouTube boostering oversight, which you now fall underneath now. Uh, yeah, you now fall underneath YouTube boostering oversight. Another oversight? Yeah, it's not just YouTube Webstead oversight or YouTube followership oversight that you now fall underneath, or YouTube ownership oversight. You now fall underneath a new oversight known as YouTube boostering oversight. And that oversight shifts all the time. Why does it shift all the time? Because our bearer Google always shifts the oversight when it comes to boostering and showings. And since we're owned and run by Google, with Google shifts the oversight on boostering and showings, then we have to shift it too. Because folks don't buy boostering and showing time on YouTube, they buy it through Google. So when Google shifts the oversight on boosterings and showings, then by the way it's set up, we have to shift our oversight on boosterings and showings. Well, I don't want to be underneath YouTube boosterings and boosterers, boosterers, boosterings, boosters and showing oversight. Yeah, you don't, but now you're in it now. Then, if that's not the first oversight you're underneath another oversight as well, known as the YouTube mateship oversight, which you also made a deal to follow when you became a YouTube mate. So you really don't have anyone to guilt for yourself when they tell you it. Now you got into another oversight you are now underneath now. That is now the YouTube mateship oversight. And just like YouTube boosterings and showing oversight, it shifts all the time. Why? I don't know. We just like to shift the YouTube mateship oversight all the time. We like to go in and shift how many followers you gotta have and how much watch time your film has to have, and stuff like that. And we shift it all the time. We just can't keep it the same. So why would I want to fall underneath two new oversights that don't keep the same, that are always shifting? I don't know. But we're always shifting the YouTube boostering and showing oversights, boosterers and showing oversights. We're always shifting the YouTube mateship oversight all the time. So we might shift the oversight all the time on how many followers you have to have, how much watch time your films or live streams have to have. Well, that comes out being bad. Yes, it does. Then another oversight you folks fall underneath is also the Google AdSense oversight, which you made a stand to follow when you became a YouTube mate. Now you also got another Whoa. Now you got another oversight you're underneath now. The Google AdSense oversight. Oh God, I don't want to fall underneath that. And we're always shifting that out too all the time. Fuck, that doesn't keep the same. No, it doesn't. And here's one more oversight that's not our oversight. Now, since you're making income, that's tollable income. So now you're going to be half you're either going to be fully answerable for that toll or half answerable for that toll. Ah, great. Now I got it. Now I'm either fully answerable or half answerable to the land, right, earldom, and near law moats when it comes to income toll. Why the fuck did I fall underneath that? Well, you made a stand to follow all that shit when you became a YouTube mate. Yeah. See? Well, why the fuck would I want to fall underneath all those other oversights? Or whatever you want to call them. You know? So I don't really want to hear any mate be bitching about, about the unfairness of being a YouTube mate. Yeah. You knew going in there were all these other oversights that you were going to fall underneath. And if you didn't take the time to read all the oversights, and you didn't take the time to read the things in your send that YouTube sended you or whatever, then you can't guilt them. Yeah, I guess you can guilt them for shifting the oversight all the time on that stuff, but at the end of the day, you knew going in that they were going to do stuff like that. And as far as saying you made YouTube or you're the ones that make the Webstead run, no, you truly don't. Yes, you do make income from Google in some way, but you're not the ones that made the Webstead. And as far as being answerable goes, well, YouTube Mateship was free. You didn't have to buy the Google AdSense. You didn't have to buy the Mateship. All you had to do was fall underneath the oversight all you had to do was fall underneath the Mateship and they'd give it to you. But you knew going in there were going to be many other oversights you were going to fall underneath. So at the end of the day, why would I want to go for all that? First off, I wouldn't get in anyway, because A, I don't have a lot of followers. B, my films don't bring a lot of watch time. And C, I don't have any income that would be tollable. Well, so at the end of the day, why would I want to put more oversights over myself, knowing that A, they could shift any time, and B, all it takes was to be in bad standing with any one of those oversights and then lose everything, or at least lose mateship, but whatever. So that's why I choose not to be a YouTube mate. It was never my goal. Way too many oversights, hard to get in, smooth to get out. Way too many oversights that you fall underneath. And you always keep on hearing from the YouTube mates before I end this film that it's not fun for them. That all they do is, bitch about this, bitch about that. That's not fair, that's not fair. You hear about this oversight shift, that oversight shift. Well, why do I want to be one of them? So it is what it is. I'm Jordan Long, and if you like my films, then watch the film I made yesterday over here, or follow me here at Jordan Long. I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you all later. Bye.